Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the Charlotte Addy channel where I try to help individuals fulfill their potentials. And thank you for sticking with me in the last couple of weeks. But today we're focused on where to actually find this job. So we've gone over the job application, we've gone over the interview process. And now today I'll just be talking through a couple of job boards that I think are going to be very useful for you. We're going to be going through full-time job, part-time job, sponsorship roles, remote roles. So that's all of the job boards we'll be covering today. Also, just to note, I'm not sponsored by anyway for these videos or any of the platforms I'm mentioning today. I'm just really sharing knowledge and things that I have used, things that I have seen also that have worked and that has worked in the past. So let's jump straight into it. Also, another notice, this job boards I'm listing today is focused on the UK because job boards are very location specific. So I'll be focusing mainly on the UK in this video. I will be using TikTok more often to be sharing other job boards in other locations and other opportunities in other locations. So you can subscribe to that channel too. Okay, let's jump into it. Full-time jobs. Personally, and what I have seen worked most efficiently is LinkedIn. Yes, it's very popular. Most people use it, but it's, to be honest, quite efficient. But aside from the jobs tab on LinkedIn, where you do the natural search for jobs, one thing that is actually very efficient and useful is doing a Boolean search in the actual search bar. And there you can basically put in quotation marks the role that you're looking for, and in caps lock, in quotation marks again, hiring. And that will basically bring jobs on posts that people have posted on their LinkedIn, timeline. You'll be able to see it on your timeline, because sometimes not all the jobs are posted in LinkedIn jobs. Most times people just post about opportunities. So it's actually a useful tip to do a Boolean search so that you can pull in all the hiring posts on your timeline. And I think that's very useful. For full-time jobs as well, Indeed and Reed in the UK are quite popular. So you can stick to those ones both for full-time and part-time jobs. And then the more interesting one is sponsorship, because I know I came to the UK through sponsorship, and I know it's a journey for many people. It's a very tough one. So I'm here to help my people. Like I said, I'm here to support you through the journey, be your recruiter sister through this journey. So I have a couple of websites I think that can be helpful for you. So if you're studying in the UK or have just recently studied bachelor's, master's, MBA, a website that I will recommend that have basically jobs and employers listings from employers that actually sponsor is called Capwa, and is capwa.co, and they basically have a bunch of jobs from finance, consulting, sustainability, and some tech jobs. So I would recommend actually going there to look. They already have partners with some of these organizations already, and Capwa also helps recruit for some of these organizations already. So yes, it is a paid service, but it's quite worth it in my opinion, and that is one place to look. Another website to look is with Poly. And it basically aggregates and scraps from the internet jobs from organizations that have sponsorship license. And again, another paid services, but it spans across business roles, strategy, finance, tech, customer service, engineering. And you can just find it on aap.withpoly.com. And you should be able to find some roles there. There are actually over 15,000 roles right now on the platform. So that's another platform to look for sponsorship roles. A third one to look is UK Visa Jobs. And they have over 1,000 employers there that sponsor. And that's another one to look. And they cut across different types of sectors as well. A fourth one to look is workgateways.com. I don't think this is as updated as the first few ones that I've mentioned, but it's still doable to look, especially if you're in the healthcare space. they have quite a number of roles within the healthcare space. So if that's your space, that's your niche, then that's a good website to look to. And you may be surprised, actually. A fourth one to look at is the official government websites. They actually sponsor, a lot of their organizations actually sponsor as well. A lot of their charities sponsor, councils sponsor. So they have a lot of roles there as well. So it's very, very helpful to actually look there too. One other tip is the NHS is actually hiring. I know that, a lot of people think that it's just nurses and health practitioners that have roles on NHS, but that's not actually true. They actually do have tech roles, so business analyst roles, some data analyst roles, business intelligence roles that they have. So even if you just put in a Google search, whatever that, especially if you're within the tech-ish space, business analysts, NHS, search on Google, you'll see a bunch of roles actually pop up. So that's a good tip because they also sponsor. Lastly, if you don't have the budget for any of the platforms that I have mentioned, I would say that on the government websites, there is a comprehensive list of all the organizations that actually have sponsorship licenses. And while a lot of organizations have sponsorship license and they may choose to sponsor and they may choose not to sponsor, that's up to the organization, but it's still worth it actually applying, and it's still worth it actually having a look on that list and checking if they have any openings. And there's no harm in actually calling these organizations. I know it seems long, but I'm on the other side as well. I get calls all the time from candidates who will just call and find out if the organization sponsors or not, and pretty much that call is less than 1 minute, right? So there is no harm in trying, especially when you have that list. If you see that they have an opening, give them a call. So yeah, those are the platforms I would say on the sponsorship piece. Now for flexi work, obviously this cuts across globally, but at the same time, it's also UK specific. So if you're within the UK and you're looking for a remote role, or even outside the UK and looking for a remote role, any of these platforms may be useful for you. The first one is FlexJobs. They have a bunch, this is quite popular across various locations. They have a bunch of remote roles there. Remotejobs.com as well is quite really good and up to date. I checked it yesterday and it seemed, like they had a lot of opportunities there. Another one is We Work Remotely. That's quite helpful as well. I checked the website, they actually update it very frequently. Another one is Working Nomads. I'm actually new to this one, but I checked it as well and I saw they actually had very comprehensive list going on there. So that's a very good one to check out. Another one is No Desk. This is another one I'm new to. And it's one that you should definitely check out too. Very comprehensive list. I think that they actually have quite good jobs on there. And then the last one is Remote Worker. So any of these 6 platforms would give you remote roles if that's your focus. And then lastly today, I'll focus on tech job boards. One I would say is Jungle. They were formerly known as Otter, and I remember then they had the Rave. And on Otter, I think basically you put in some of your interest on the website, what you like, what you're interested in, how many years of experience you have, and then it sort of curates job listings there for you. And I know that one of the questions they ask is if you require sponsorship. So if you put yes as well, it will then pull in jobs that have, or organizations that actually have sponsorship licenses as well. So that's one to look out for. I really, really like Jungle. I'm used to saying Otter, but Jungle I think is quite good as well. And then the last one is Remotive. Remotive, you have a mixture of mainly tech roles that are remote. It doesn't specify if the jobs are sponsorship roles or not, but still, if you're in the tech space, that's a very, very good platform to look because it's remote and it's tech roles as well. So I would definitely recommend. So yeah, those are the job boards I have. If anyone also has one that is quite good, you can put in the comment section. You can share so that we can all share knowledge. I'm also always on the lookout for websites or platforms that sponsor as well, so you guys can also educate me and also share with everyone within this community. But thank you so much for taking time today and just watching this video. Hopefully you've been able to find a few websites that you haven't heard of, something that would help you along your journey as well. Please don't sleep on that bullying search on LinkedIn. It's actually quite good. But yeah, thank you again. Feel free to subscribe, to like the video, comment. Like I said, if you have any other platform that you basically use and it's quite helpful, please share with everyone below. Or if you found that some of the platforms I mentioned has been quite helpful, please share as well so that people can get on it. But thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop in the description bar, and then see you next week.